I'm so glad my parents named me Eve because I'm the truest exerciser of free will. Like, you know how when Kris Jenner was like, if someone says no, you're just talking to the wrong person. I've lived by that my whole life. Like, whenever I wanted to go on like a shopping spree to Justice when I was a little kid, back when Justice was like Gucci for kids, now it's just in Walmart. But anyways, I would ask my mom would say no, I'd ask my dad. If he said no, I would call up my grandma who lives down the street. Boom, we're going shopping now. If I saw something on my lease that was like too much money, I would call up the management and be like, yo, take this off. And they take it off. Like, I'm not paying for valet trash. Like, what the fuck is that? Another thing I live by is like that Marina quote from that song that's like, get what I want because I asked for it, not because I'm really that deserving of it. So true, queen. When I was an intern at JP Morgan, I literally met the CFO of JP Morgan and he was super cool. And everyone was like trying to kiss his ass and like asking professional questions. I straight up was just bantering with him and I was like, yo, can I go on the corporate private jet? Like, I've always wanted to see it. And he was like, yeah, sure. Like, my assistant will email you like where to go, like meet me on the tarmac. Everyone on my team was like, girl, what? And I was like, sorry, I was curious. Like, you only get things if you ask for them. Like, don't be afraid to ask. Another thing my parents taught me was just to not like blindly trust authority. Like, I've always been kind of mouthy and like not rude, but like I'm not going to respect someone just because they're older, just because they're my teacher. Like, I would be that kid debating my teacher, like asking all the crazy questions. And in high school, we had to read this book called Outliers, and it basically said that like one of the main reasons why people who grow up with money often do better is because as a child, kids of the upper class are socialized to not respect authority as much. So like when you go to a doctor, the kid is more likely from an upper class to be like asking questions, be very involved, whereas someone who like people of lower classes are more in like a passenger mindset. They're not in like a driver mindset. And obviously there's a lot of factors that go into it, but like when I go to the doctor, I'm straight up just asking them for anything I can get. I'm like, yeah, I'm acne, give me tretinoin, yeah, I can't focus, give me Adderall. Like, you can ask people for things. Like, you can exercise your free will to the highest degree. Another life hack in getting what you want is to present someone with choices. So say you want to go out to eat, you can't just ask someone, oh, can we go out to eat? They're gonna more likely just be like, no, like we don't need to do that. But if you say, hey, do you want to go to Morton's or Perry's? They're gonna think and be like, well, I like Perry's. So then you'll get a yes. So that's what I always do. I always present like, oh, let's plan our family vacation. Instead of openly asking, oh, where should we go? You come with a presentation of choices, and it's all choices that you low-key would be happy with. So it's like a win-win either way. Also, knowing that like the paradox of choice helps you not buy things when someone's trying to sell you something, because that's a tactic that salespeople do a lot. Like if you go to a store and you're just kind of openly looking for whatever, they're gonna present you a lot of choices because psychologically you're more likely to say yes when presented to choices. You're gonna say yes to at least one of the options, you know? Another thing I live by is like, I never tell myself, oh, I can't afford that. It's always just a challenge of like, let's go make money and figure out how to go get it. Like, even if I had like $5 in the bank account and I wanted something that's like $500, I'm like, new challenge unlocked. Like, I don't just stop and be like, oh, I can't get that. And like, I feel like my family thinks I'm materialistic, but I always find a way to get what I want. People who do the best post-grad, they're kind of like these respectable degenerates in the way that like they can drink, they can hang, they can have fun. But like, if you can't socialize, you're just like not gonna go that far in life. I'm sorry. Like when I was in high school, I feel like I learned a lot and got so cultured because I would party with like, my school was like heavily like Mexico City, like these like rich fresas. And like, I just learned how to fucking hang and like hold my weight. Whereas like some people go to college and like, they get into a lot of shit because they like can't handle their alcohol. Like, I don't know. If I had kids, I wouldn't necessarily encourage them to like go drink and go be a degenerate, but I wouldn't be upset if they're like trying to be like seen and like have a social life. I don't know. I feel like honestly, all of the like popular kids who partied a lot that I grew up with, they've actually gone quite far in life because they have great social skills. We need to stop demonizing like partying and alcohol. Obviously, it's not that alcohol itself isn't that good for you, but like being able to match vibes and like be a vibe chameleon is one of the most helpful tools to have in life. Like, I feel like in college, there's all these like STEM kids who are like, I'm gonna be so much richer than you because I'm gonna be an engineer. And it's like, they don't really have good social skills and they're like pissed off that all the business kids are just drinking and partying. But it's like, I feel like people who are good at business are low-key like degenerates, but they're like respectful with it. Like they go so far because they have like good socialization skills. The topic of being like a vibe chameleon, like I think energy is so important. Like some people are genuinely just on a different wavelength than you, so you need to find out whoever you want to be, go be on that vibe, wavelength, whatever. I know this sounds kind of kooky, but like you have control over the present moment of any time, and that means you have control of your future. So I don't really believe in like a past or a future. I believe in the present moment. Like all you have is now, and you always have control over now. Like I made a video saying I do witchcraft or whatever, and like whatever you want to call it, witchcraft, manifestation, I don't know. I think a lot of that is like some MLM grifter bullshit. I also believe that like if you keep your room and your restroom in immaculate, clean condition, like I don't know what it is, I just feel like you're able to manifest with just such ease because your physical environment is already reflective of what you want, so you're able to get it faster in the physical realm. I don't know how to explain that, but it's true. Also, in terms of the physical realm, you have control over what you look like your physical appearance, so make it the best you can be. Make it in line with how you want to actually be. And like, yes, you can't change all the beauty standards and the patriarchal shit overnight, but if you keep yourself looking good, you'll be able to get what you want. It's just true.